right, I think we are live. Welcome to the 21st episode of Married with Issues. I am Soldier Only.
as well as future only as well here today. Hey, Perry, comment. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to talk throughout the show. Hello, Perry Comics. It's good to see you.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Happy Saturday.
Yes, indeed, it has been a good Saturday so far.
Yeah, and we're stoked for our show this week because, well, for um, multiple reasons, but also because we're this is our first time back to like a regular like format in like a month and a half or something like that.
We realized when we were prepping for it that our show kind of went on hiatus a little bit because we had the cons and then for Comic Book Day and total of 6 weeks. But now we are very excited to be back to our original format of weekly hauls and recent reads, as well as highlights, reviews, and news.
Yeah, previous news, and then I think next week we'll try and bring back our top five
Yes.
segment that we normally do.
And just FYI, I'm trying a new format on my phone for the comments, and yeah, so I may not see them right away, but there's always a first for everything, so
Yeah, so like, oh yeah, see, so they do like go away, but
yeah.
I don't know if you can like hit it there, because I
I
know
don't
when you're
know.
watching them, sometimes they would pop up there, but
Oh, there it goes. Okay, you're right.
okay,
Sweet.
so you can.
Problem solved.
Yeah, Perry says he just came back, dollar bin hunting, now editing the videos. Oh hell yeah! I always love going through quarter and dollar bins and stuff because you never know what you're gonna find in there. Uh, and I like watching videos like YouTubers videos of it too because you see what other people found and stuff. But also this week we also have uh,
AOK.
an AOK unboxing from Lindsay from My Geeky Collection.
Mm-hmm.
Almost forgot the name there for a second. Um, yeah, so we'll kick off with that. Yeah, and we'll have our new comic book day pickups from this most recent
Yes.
week, and I think wasn't there a couple from like the previous weekend before that?
Yes, see, so that's the
So
thing. When we realized that we hadn't actually shown our new comic book day books in a while, what we're doing this episode, well, this issue with us today, is last week's and then the week before last. So the two last new comic book days are what we have in a total
mm-hmm.
of all of this. More to come.
it,
And
it's not like all of them
yeah,
from like the 2 weeks ago one, but yeah, it's just like the ones we got.
the ones we like the most.
Yeah, and then we'll also go over some of our recent reads and because me and you
Yes.
both, I mean, like you said, it's right there. We'll get to it, but me and you both finally did read
Ooh, I can't wait to see that cover on when you post it.
Batman Hush. We finally read.
Yes, I did finally read Batman Hush.
Perry said I found a Eric Powell Batman cover. Oh wow, yeah,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
yeah, I'm stoked to see that.
I,
All right, all right. So the like kind of backstory on this. I know. So like I think I know what a couple of them are. Uh, Cause she had posted like a few books up for like I think she was selling them or something, and I asked her about a couple of them, and and she messaged me, like um, cause like she had recently got bought a statue from us, and she said she would just send them out because she had our address and everything, and then she
yes.
also threw in, uh, I guess just some stuff like for you as well. And
Which was really honestly completely and totally unexpected because she had bought some of this stuff from our auction, which was really nice, and is not expecting this whatsoever. So I do want to say thank you so much. I can't wait to see what it is.
yeah, for real, yeah, thank you so much. I don't know if that I don't know if hers was an auction. I think hers was Instagram. I think it was
Could have
the
been.
X23 statue if I
Yeah.
remember right. All right,
Just goes to show how
you want to
incredible
do the
this.
top one
Yeah.
since it's face down?
Yeah. I'm going to show it to you guys first, so we'll see what it is.
All right, let's see. Is that
Ooh.
is it Little
Batman
Gotham?
Little Gotham. Yeah. That's a beautiful cover. I love it.
Oh wow.
That is awesome.
I don't think I had seen that one. I could
It-
have sworn that I thought that I
yeah,
remember
I
that
haven't seen this one.
that
Th-
series.
This just goes to show how amazing the community is
All
and
right.
everybody in it.
Oh, there we go. That's oh, it's from the New 52
Oh my god.
and the Senti.
Thank you so
There you
much.
go.
My Geeky Collection, Lindsay. I appreciate it.
All right, we got. Oh, there's the one.
What?
We have been looking for that cover for so long.
What are the odds? Like,
We have the magnet
yeah,
of this cover, and
we thought we were never gonna find it, so we ended up just getting the magnet, and
yeah. So it's Birds of Prey, isn't it? 11. Yeah, Birds of Prey 11, and it's an Archer one, so it's some of his.
this is almost too good to be true. Like, how is this possible?
I know. I was
Oh,
so floored when I saw it on her feed.
it's gonna be a wall book on display, and I know exactly
Yeah,
where it's going.
yeah.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
I'm gonna put this thing in my iron. Like, yeah, because every time we go to like different stores and everything, like we would always check the Birds
It's
of
the
Prey.
one we hadn't been able to find.
Right
God, it's
here's.
beautiful. Thank
Ooh,
you.
oh, I haven't even heard of this one. Back. Let's see. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Art
Batgirl
germ.
in the
Beautiful.
information. I ain't even heard of this series. I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm. Oh wait. Holy cow! I didn't even see the one on the background. That's I swear, isn't this another?
Art germ is incredible.
I
Like the Catwoman wall that you will soon eventually see is all of my art germ Catwoman books. I'm waiting for the last three, and then my wall will be complete, and you guys will all see it.
this one kind of looks like Archer. I didn't notice there's one. There hasn't been any on the back of those other ones, right? Because I didn't notice this one.
Nope, these ones have all just been
Okay.
one.
This one looks like Art Germ, and I know Art Germ did have some New 52 Batgirl covers, but the signature on this is an Art Germ, so I don't think it's him. But look at that one.
That's gorgeous.
Show that one because I didn't show that side.
The lighting's kind of off, but background.
Yeah, right, Perry. Uh, these like earlier like Art Germ DC covers and stuff. Another
That
one of
is
my like
beautiful.
I mean it's pretty much like a cover grail. It's I think it's Batgirl. Oh hell, what number is it? It's such a sick Art Germ Batgirl cover. I think it's 12. I want to say it might be 12, but I could be wrong. But
It could be 12.
uh,
Just moving this down.
I've looked for it everywhere we go. I mean, I think I've seen it online and stuff like on eBay, but I just haven't really got it yet. All right, we got there's a free comic book day.
Ooh, that one on the
ASM.
back. So yep, the free comic book day.
What?
Brian Otley.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. What's cool about this run? Ryan Otley, who is one of the artists on it, is actually from our state. He's a hometown guy.
Yeah.
And this one on the back, I'm stoked for. That Justice.
That is
Alex
a
Ross.
beautiful cover.
Yeah, that book is so nice.
Thank you so much.
It's a number one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From
Karmic
October.
comic karma is real. For sure.
It really is. Oh, I'm gonna show this side first. You're gonna see the one on the back.
Okay.
So this is Batman bleh, TMNT Adventures. I don't think I read any of the Adventures ones. I think it's just the James Tynion ones. Issue 1. Yeah, I'll have to read this one. That looks dope. I think this is Manning and Soma Riva. I don't think I've even heard of them. And then look at that one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to put that one up on the
I love
cat
Army
display.
of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
That is an amazing cover.
So it's Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness. It says second printing variant to issue 1, and of course, I mean it has to be Arthur Sidem too.
You can never go wrong with Batman.
Like
ever. It's not possible.
It would have been awesome if we would have had this book for the con to get signed by. I mean, we
would have been, but it was.
We already
still
got
really
a bunch of books signed by him though in print.
Yeah.
So.
Appreciate what you have instead of being disappointed in what you don't.
Exactly, and you never know. He might also come again too. So
this is true. This is true.
Because
I know if Kevin Smith was to ever come, I'd
Oh,
lose. I'd get Quiver signed in a
Quiver,
heartbeat,
yeah.
and I'd lose my mind. My life would be complete at that point.
Hmm.
By far.
Yeah, because like how I've said before, how like our cons here, like we don't get like the big name creators, and I mean we've been getting some. It's been getting better,
Mm.
but the ones that we do get, they seem to come like almost every year, you know. So I really would not be surprised if we see him
What I
again.
would rather prefer to do sometime is go to the Colorado one.
Yeah,
Go to the neighboring state one and stay for a weekend.
yeah, Colorado, Arizona, one's in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
We're really gonna try. I think it's September to Rose City.
Rose City, yeah. That's
It's like Portland.
yes, indeed.
Yeah, Perry, we've been getting deceased, but I haven't read them yet. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, there's gonna be something with deceased. I'm gonna be showing uh, in in later.
Yes. Well, to go ahead and get started with the episode, I do have my weekly haul and current reads. It is like 2 weeks behind, but there was a knock on the door. We were reading a little bit before the stream, catching up on some books, and it was like, who the hell's knocking on the door? We don't know anybody.
Yeah, right.
And of course, I go to look and nobody's there. It's a package, but it happens to be something that he surprised me with. I didn't know was coming today. I don't know if you're ready. It's incredible. It's a shirt, and it came with a statue as well.
Well, the Funko Pop.
I don't know how well you can see it, but I think it is my new favorite shirt by
Oh,
far.
yeah. Here, I'm gonna turn the
It,
light on and see if the color gets better.
yeah.
Yeah, like the color on this
Oh, there's a string.
is so crazy.
And
Yeah, it
it's
kind of shows
Jim
up a little
Lee.
bit, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
DC
it's
Collection Jim Lee Supervillains. And I love it. And the best part, it came with this. Maybe the light will help.
my oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's a little better. Yeah, and it's from the Hush one, so it matches the Batman one that we have from Hush. See, in
Mm-hmm.
like I was surprised because it like
Which, speaking of Hush, oh my god. I finally read Hush. And I must say, I don't know how I hadn't read it sooner. I'm just gonna
yeah,
show it. Since
yeah, go on.
this book, if you have not read this, go do it now.
Yeah,
Don't wait.
yeah. This one's the 15th anniversary
Mm-hmm.
deluxe edition.
It's
Has that Jim Lee cover and
I totally understand all the reviews I've heard from it that it is regarded as one of the best Batman stories. The chemistry between him and Selena Kyle in it, it just
mm-hmm. It's such a
I
good
fell in love.
it's such a good Bat and Cat story, and it's also got so many characters too. It's got a
Mm-hmm.
lot from Batman's Rogues Gallery, and
And
it's
once you think it's solved, it turns into something else.
mm-hmm.
It was beautifully written, just intriguing, real page turner. I loved how they did it. It just
Yeah, and
it made me speechless. Not enough words could amount to the emotion that came with this reading this book.
yeah, and what I think Perry was talking about was the uh, the animated movie of Hush.
Yes,
When was it?
we
I was
did hear
looking it
about
up.
that.
I was looking it up. Isn't it August?
I believe
I
so.
was looking up the release date. I think it's August.
Was it the August 15th one?
Something like that. I
I
think
think it
so.
was.
I'd have to
Yeah.
double check. Hey, Comic Smurf, what's going on, buddy?
Hello. Good to
Uh,
see you. Thanks for joining us.
yeah, thank you so much. Hope you're having a good Saturday. But yeah, it came out like in the earlier 2000s, like 2004 or something like that, and
But
we
at
weren't collecting back then.
yeah,
And
at the time we weren't collecting, so I mean we're still catching up on old good stories from what we hear, and it's just been awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot. Oh yeah, like today I finally started reading the Jeff Johns Green Lantern
Mm.
omnibus 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 because there's three of them, uh,
Yes.
but yeah, so we can start going into some of our like I think
My
yeah. So this is our new
yeah.
comic book day pickups.
So this is from the week before last. Of course, you would already know. Anyone who knows me, I would have to get the annual. I loved it. It was really good.
I still need to read that one.
Yeah. I it just I love Selena Kyle. It's so great.
Oh,
Good book for the read.
Perry's actually really gonna like one of these covers I'm gonna be showing here really soon. And I don't know if you got it though, but I'm kind of hoping you did because I know you'll love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just show that one first, actually, right here. And I can't remember if it was just this most recent new comic book day or if it was the one 2 weeks ago, but
Nope, that was most recent.
it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's Deathstroke 44, and it is the variant. Yeah,
See, it's
it
not
is a little
often.
darker in here. Let me.
It's not often I actually remember things, but this one I do just believe was this past week on the 5th.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure.
The, I'm so glad we ended up with the variant. This is one you uh, referred to me. Yeah,
Yeah, that
because
series. Yeah,
yeah, and I've actually been really enjoying it. I mean, it is coming close to an end, but it's gonna be
it
cool to
seems
see how
like
it
it.
ends. Mm-hmm.
I don't. I
So
mean, I haven't heard anything. I don't know if it's. I don't know, like if it's like getting like canceled or if it's ending or anything. But not to
well, it kind
spoil
of
anything,
seems
but it has that feeling.
yeah.
Like the last issue I read, I think was 43,
Spoiler
right?
alert.
Like, well, no, like I'm saying, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but
Yeah.
it. So like the last issue I read, like the ending is like, well, God, where the hell, the hell they
Right.
go from here, kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, Perry said, yeah, he does have it. Yeah,
And here's another one that he's recommended. You know, by the time I actually get to reading the ones he's recommended, I'm like, okay, that's you know me so well. It was the Batman Last Night on Earth, book one. Beautifully written. It was a good read and a good pickup. I'm excited
yeah,
for book two. Very excited for book two on this one.
yeah. That's gonna be like Batman Damned. It's like a 3 book series, and I think it's being yeah, built as like Snyder and Capullo's last
Mm.
Batman story.
That's what I've heard that's been floating around.
Yeah, Perry says I love Last Night. I reread it like 3 times. I've I've only read it
Mm.
once, but I have been planning on a second one. Okay,
Yeah.
so
There's so much I plan on rereading.
War of the Realms 5. I picked this one up. I haven't read it yet, but I'm actually really liking the War of the Realms event. Like it's it's really good. I mean, and like up to this point, I was getting all the tie-ins too, but from this, I mean, there's so many, like from this point on, I'm just gonna get 5 and 6 of the main, and that's it for it. But
Adult responsibilities have come into play, and we're
yeah,
just
I mean, and the tie-ins were good. I mean, like how this event is, it's so big and so all universe encompassing,
mm,
and it's crazy. Like, cause like a lot of times, like event books, the tie-ins, a lot of the times don't really. I mean, they pertain to the main book, but they're not like
the
super important.
companions,
Yeah, yeah,
companions,
like
and
tie-ins and yeah.
yeah, an expansion of the world
But it's like, but the way this one's being done is they were good for the
mm-hmm.
most part, most of them.
by far.
This
That's
one I didn't. Wait, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say that's what I love most about comics and reading them is it's like you could always go back and reread them and relive those stories. It's it's the best.
Yeah, yeah. Perry said Marvel totally turned me off with all the tie-ins and all the covers. Just dropped it. Yeah,
My
it is.
comments
It is
are
like
not.
overwhelming.
I
What?
don't know what it is. My comments are not uploading. Like I'm not seeing them.
Maybe
I'm
like
gonna
say get
close out
back
and get
in.
back in. Maybe this will fix it. Cause I'm trying to see the chat, but
I
it's not
mean,
working.
if it, if it's
Okay,
if
it
it's
should be
still
good.
okay, but if it still
Yeah,
gives you problems, I can like set mine over here or
yeah.
something.
That's what I get for testing out a new layout, a new setup on the thing. So
Yeah, because she has like her show notes on her
the
phone instead of
preparations. Yeah,
the old physical way.
technology is so much easier. Just put it in the phone. It's
Obviously not.
there.
Your way's not working. So,
What if I printed it out and just
all right. I have talked about this a lot in the past. I mean, everyone knows she's kind of more the indie person than I
by
am.
far?
I mean, I do like indies and stuff too, but I'm
I love
more
indies.
like more superhero stuff than you are. But this is like easily my favorite indie series, and
Mhm.
I'm normally always paying attention to the website and everything, and knowing when the next like section, like like a few issues are coming out. But it's Joe Benitez's Lady Mechanica.
The art on this is just so beautiful. Like, turn on the light again.
Yeah, I didn't even know that this one was like starting already.
It is just miraculous. Like the art and the color and like the steampunk and the story itself is incredible. If you're not reading it, you totally should be. It's one of his that I actually do like and read as well.
Yeah, it's really good. Like the story too. Like not
Mm-hmm.
just the art. I mean, because we have like a lot of them in trade, and it's so gorgeous in trade. And
I love
um,
reading trades.
yeah,
I
Caleb says I'm really enjoying War of the Realms main story and Venom. Yeah, the Venom's been really good. Also,
yeah.
Savage Avengers 2 issues in and love it.
Mhm.
Savage Avengers we are looking forward to so much, but the thing is we
Mm.
have the No Surrender hardcover we're gonna read, and then the No Road Home trade comes out this next week.
Yes, because we have a habit of trade waiting on some things when
Yeah,
there's like delays and stuff that we're like, oh, we didn't get it when it first started, so you know what? Let's just trade wait on it, and we've already waited this long. May as well just wait for it to come out in trade.
yeah,
I prefer it that way because then it's like you get more in one.
yeah. You do.
Like it,
Yeah, and I like
yeah.
them all together. And yeah, like Caleb, yeah, Caleb says in chat, trade reading is the way to go.
I love it. I love it so much more. It's my preference by far.
Yeah, I mean, and I've been getting into more like oversized hardcovers and omnibuses
Mm.
and stuff like that. Like you reading Hush, that was kind of like when you're. I mean, you read hardcovers before, but that was like
It
you're
was
kind of like biggest,
my
like bigger one.
yeah. It was slightly well, somewhat, but it was a good read. I kind of like the paper ones more because just like the comfort of being like how you're reading.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I'm starting the Jeff Johns Green Lantern omnis. It's those things are so massive. I have it like sitting down next to me, and like I mean, like
Mm.
it's crazy. Because I'm
Yeah.
just trying to be careful. Because I've heard like with like Stay Puft was telling me, and I've heard from some other places too that those spines, because of how big and heavy they are,
Yeah.
they can get
See, and
messed up.
that's the thing, like with the omnibuses, it's like they're almost too big. I I prefer like the smaller
Some of them can.
volumes
I
of
mean,
them.
there's like some down there that are like smaller and they're all right. But yeah, some of them get like way too big.
It's possible. 2020 is right around the corner, man. It's gonna be here before you know it. And so this is one that I actually don't mind reading in issues because it comes out frequently enough and hasn't usually been that delayed. But oh my god, it's one of my favorite stories right now, and it's one that he usually gets, but I also read as well.
Yep.
Daredevil #6.
Yeah. This is
This
my favorite series
is
right now.
phenomenal. Like it is so good. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can see it with the lighting, but
Let me try this.
yeah,
Yeah, because it is kind of a dark cover. It's like blacks and grays and stuff.
or but it's oh my god, I love the story in this, and it's just been so good. Definitely worth the read. If you're not reading it, pick it up. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. When I heard that Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto was going to be
Mhm.
taking over the Daredevil run, I was just immediately so hyped and was just like, oh my god, like they're gonna kill it. And so far, like you said, 6 issues in,
It
they
has
have
not
been.
been disappointing. It's been definitely well worth it.
Yeah, Caleb said that's what I've been doing lately, picking up trades when on sale at Mayo CS. They sell some trades for $5. Ours do that too under the quarter bin. Remember they have like the
Yeah,
$5 trades, and we've gotten a lot of ours from there too.
yeah. That and in stock trades because you can get them so cheap in stock trades, which is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice.
Honestly, yeah, yeah. If you guys like start buying a lot of like trades and omnis and stuff, like in stock trades is the way to go. But be careful because that place will get you in trouble.
That would be one that I would want to get to, Caleb. The Omnibus Absolute Collection of Rocket Raccoon appearances, crossovers, theme stories, solo
All in
series.
one, yeah, right.
That would be awesome to read. I love Rocket.
You know what's crazy? There's a podcast I listened to. Oh my god, I'm totally brain farting. Oh, Comic Conspiracy.
Yes.
What some of them do? They because you know you can like go to places and they will bind.
Mm.
uh, stuff like in a hardcover like book. You know, like we were gonna do it with my tattoo portfolio when I was tattooing, and
Oh yeah, you can do that on like Shutterfly too. You
yeah,
can
stuff like
just
that.
get like pictures in a book. I want to. I still want to do that with us for like wedding stuff.
Oh, I know.
But
I yeah,
yeah,
I really want to do that
there's
too.
plenty of those that I want to do.
But some of the people on this podcast, they because sometimes like omnibuses and stuff, they collect stuff weird. You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it either just doesn't have it in it or it's in weird orders or whatever they do. But these people, they put their own like collection together and then they have it bound in like their own kind of like
Mm.
omnibus. Like it's crazy. Like it would be pretty cool to do something like that.
It is brilliant. That's a good idea.
Here's Old Man Quill number 6. I, I mean, I think I've read most of them up until this point. It's kind of been a
Yes,
while
you
since I
have.
read them.
You have, because that what is that 6?
6, yeah.
I actually have 1 through 5 stack piled in my monstrous to read box currently, because I haven't gotten to those to reads yet. I noticed I have more trades to read than I do have issues, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna knock out some trades, which has been successful because I did read the Green Arrow Longbow Hunters run, which was really good, and then also the Electra Devil's Due. This is
Mm.
another trade I was able to knock out, and it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it by far. It may, well, if you should just read it. To each their own. I really enjoyed it. It was a good read. By the end of it, it was just kind of like, can't believe that.
Yeah,
It
and
was just,
it's a 5 issue one
it is
too.
a 5 issue one, so it is a quick read for a trade because it's smaller. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah. Caleb said Quiver Green Arrow story's good. Yeah,
yeah, that,
we mentioned Quiver earlier. Yeah,
yeah.
it's one of her favorite
I have
stories.
I have that one in the trade paperback, and then I have the first issue cover. Ooh, which is something I noticed when I was reading the Longbow Hunters. There's a panel in one of the books that is the cover of Quiver's first issue. It's like I showed you
It
that.
looks just like it.
It looks just
The
like it.
Quiver
Like
number 1 where it's like a close up of his head with the arrow like in front
yeah,
of his eye. Like
I loved that nod.
it looks just like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my jaw dropped. My jaw dropped when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, it was so good. I
Well,
loved it.
Longbow Hunters is a lot older than Quiver, so
Mm-hmm.
Quiver would actually be the nod to
Well,
that if that's
yeah,
what. Yeah.
that's what I meant. You
Yeah.
know, I'm kind of backwards sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Yes, like I said earlier, here's Savage Avengers number 2. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, we've been getting them, but haven't been reading them yet because we want to get because when this was solicited, we saw that it it spins out of the pages of like No Surrender and No Road Home and stuff.
Yes,
So,
as another companion-ish type.
and speaking of Green Arrow, he looks like I haven't read it yet, but looks like he pops up on Green Lantern 8. I think
Which
I'm like 3 or 4 issues behind on this series right now, but from what I have read, I'm loving it.
that's what you're gonna have to put in my to reads because Green Arrow.
Green Arrow,
Ollie's my man. I like. It's Oliver Queen.
yeah. And
He's my
it's
weakness.
like Space Junkies, and if you've noticed, it's actually a nod to an old it's always been like a controversial cover, but the when they find Speedy, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah,
doing crap, and I think I'm trying to remember though if that cover I think it was from the Green Lantern Green Arrow series.
you would know.
I think
You would know.
I can't remember because I can't
Finch
remember if it was a Green
cover
Arrow
on
or
S Avengers. That's it. Hell yeah.
yeah. I love that Finch is doing the covers on that.
These two, I think, were the third to last week past and the second week. Such a good story. I really love it. Definitely worth to read. Is Star Trek Year 5, Issue
Mm-hmm.
1,
That's a
and
dope cover
then
too.
also Issue 2. Honestly, this book, I give it a 9 out of 10. Definitely worth it. I love where they're going with the story and what it's just it's interesting to see how they're handling the scenario of what's going on. And I'm a Trekkie. I can't help it. Live long and prosper.
All right. All right, up
Trekkie
next,
love.
speaking of War of the Realms, and here's the Deadpool 13. I like a lot of these Nick Klein covers.
Hey, Carlito, good to see you.
on this on the Deadpool run. Yeah, what's going on,
It has
Carlito?
been too long.
Yeah, for real, buddy. How you been doing?
If you missed the beginning, we were just saying how we're getting back to our old format since we kind of realized went on a 6 week hiatus. So we're coming back strong.
All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, I think it was to
Mhm.
Perry. With when he yeah, because I think it was Perry that asked if we've been getting to see. So here's, I think this was the regular. Yeah, yeah. This is the regular cover
Mm.
of two. But so since I showed that, I'll just skip ahead real quick and show. So part of
I've
these are
kind of been
obviously
going
some of the
out of
older
order
ones.
too.
So far, we have gotten one. They're in Mylar, so there might be a glare, but the one and two of the horror movie variants, the It homage, and then the uh, Nightmare on Elm Street, or yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street homage.
Beautiful cover.
And I looked in the solicitations because I was really curious, and it's dope because Yasmin Putri is doing these like horror movie variants, and
Mhm.
so I looked in the recent previews, the last two, to see what ones they're doing, and I can't remember if it was three or four. One of them is a Scream homage,
Mhm.
and then the other one is the cover looks really familiar, but I just can't place like what movie it is. You know, like I need to look into it a little bit more, and I can't really remember it off the top of my head like
It's
what it looks like, but
it's gonna come to you at a random moment.
I
You're just
know.
gonna shout it out and we're like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I don't
Uh,
know. I thought you knew.
right? Yeah,
I love that. Oh my god, it was so good. So underappreciated. We'll get to that later because that's one of my most recent reads that I've read that came out this past week, and yeah, we'll get there. But this one I would say is probably my cover of the week, or the second to last, because it was it the
the
the second to last was a short one. No, the second to last before last week was a big week for me. But I
yeah.
remember this being one of my favorite covers. It was Doctor Who: The 13th Doctor. I just love how the TARDIS is graffitied behind her, and it was
Mm-hmm.
a really good wrap up. I loved the ending to this. Well, it wasn't necessarily like wrap up of, it was the story arc that ended, and it started another story arc. But
Okay,
yeah, it was really good. I am a huge Doctor Who fan, thanks to my mama.
I do love that cover.
It is beautiful. I love it.
Speaking of Finch, yeah, I didn't notice that he did. So this is just the A cover, but of Batman '72. I have some catching up to do on this run.
Yes.
Oh
Man, I'm
yeah,
on
yeah, and like I said,
deceased.
I haven't started Deceased yet, but I need to get to it soon. And here's the last one I have: Batman TMNT 3 #2.
How is that the last one you have, and I still have some?
You, I don't know. I guess you picked out more
Hmm.
of the older ones. I guess maybe.
Probably.
I don't know.
Huh.
I still haven't
Weird.
started this series yet either, so that's
That's odd.
yeah. Right.
You
Well,
know,
no,
it's
actually,
just.
no. So yeah, sorry, I still have some of the older ones. That's
Oh,
what it is.
okay, that's what it was. I was like, wait,
Never mind.
are we like in the Twilight Zone? Did everything
Yeah,
just get
so
flipped around for a second?
I wanted to show this because I got her this one like a little while ago. It was actually a bunch of Neil Adams variants from the
Mm.
Green Out Rebirth run, but this is my favorite one from it, and it's actually it's oh wait, yeah, it is a variant. Um, to #1. So
Mm.
this Neil Adams,
Which is a beautiful cover.
it's in Myler, so there's that glare again, but
You get the glare with the light.
yeah, yeah, but kind of, but then at certain angles it looks good.
It's kind of a hassle to keep turning the light on and off. We need to get our act together. My God, you think we're new at this?
Right.
So one of my reads, I think this came out week before last, was Stranger Things 1 of 4, and it's going on about 6. I really enjoyed this. I actually enjoyed this more than I did their first 4 issue mini, um, which Gotta want to thank you again, McD, for sending me those copies of the variants
for issue 1.
Stranger Things. I now have all of them, and I love them, and it's so nice to have in my collection.
I
It's
forgot
incredible.
you did read that one, right?
Yes, this one
Yeah.
I did read. I liked it more
Than the other one.
than the first one, because the first one was going more off of like the show from uh,
Mike's point of view.
Mike's point of view,
Yeah.
which was a nice take on it. But this one's going off of a whole different like a whole different. I don't even know if subject would be the right word because it's like
Well, yeah, because
it's
it's like
just
a
good.
different. It's a character that like
Yeah.
wasn't in the show, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and isn't it
It's a
supposed to kind of take
prelude. Right.
prequel?
Yeah, it's a prequel. Yeah, I always get those confused, but it's good. If you haven't read it, you totally should.
So yeah, it
And I
takes place
can't wait.
before the show.
Is it 4th of July or 5th of July? Season 3 is coming soon.
I think it's like 4th of
So
July.
excited!
I think so.
Yeah. It may just be a show, but the well, not damage, but emotional excitement is real.
Spidey's
Mhm.
a couple days before that. So
Yeah, it's a good read.
I had sitting up here, and I grabbed to show because I don't know if we had shown this yet, but this one's awesome. Batman 210, and it's from my birth month, so it is in March, and it is a 12 center, and it's oh god, what is it? I'm trying to remember.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I think it's like the first
Deathstroke 17.
Legion of Feline Furies or something like that.
What was that Deathstroke that just came out?
The newest one that I showed,
Yeah,
that was 44.
44.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
must be
44.
confused.
Uh,
Yeah.
hey, Garrett, what's going on, bro?
Hey, Mr. Carroll. Good to see you.
Yeah, he's at work, he said.
Aw. Well, thanks for tuning in. Glad work allows you to do so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out.
That's what I love about working with him this past full week is I get to listen to my own music and just zone out and break down things, which ended up hurting me. You can't really see, but I have a bunch of scratches from breaking down light fixtures. But it's so nice when you can kind of get on your phone at work when it's kind of slow.
Okay, I'm stoked on these next two. I'll just show these together real quick. So here's all new Captain America special #1. It is a variant, and it's an Adam Kubert. So we got the Sam Wilson Cap. I thought this was actually a dollar bin. I was stoked on this one, and this one was actually a dollar bin too. And I had never seen this before. It's Alex Ross. It's Captain America March, another birth month,
Mm-hmm.
#7. Ooh, that would have been crazy if it was #8. Celebrating 75 years of Captain America. So, and it's got this Alex Ross cover, and I had never really seen this one anywhere, like not even like posted like online or anything. But looks like it's got Sam Cap punching out old man Steve Rogers, but
It's
yeah, it's got awesome Alex Ross cover, and it's like I said, it's a 75th anniversary,
great.
so it's a thick one too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover. It's a good one. So this is super underappreciated. I feel like, and it will the old trades he's reading. I need to read too, but I breathtaking with this. It is incredible. It's the Dreaming issue 10. It is a very complex story, but once you understand the complexity and depth, the storytelling is remarkable. And it's like Neil Gaiman said, I saw in one of his advice on how Arthur, author notes, master's class. I saw it
Mm-hmm.
on
Yeah.
Instagram. The way he explained when you're writing a story, it's like driving in the fog with one headlight. By the time you get to the end, you make it seem as if you knew it was going on the whole time. Like you don't know what exactly is in front of you or what's going to happen, but in the end, you make it look like you know all along. It's along those lines. I'm probably butchering it, but it's just Neil Gaiman. Oh my god, I love
I know,
it.
I love it.
I ended up changing my Facebook cover photo to a panel of this because it spoke to me, and I love it.
Yeah, and we have some
Like
news.
10 out of 10.
We have some news to get in later in the news segment that
Yes,
might
that
pertain to
makes me
this.
worried. It really makes me kind of scared.
Um,
But
but yeah, so speaking of like Sandman, like we've said before, like I've been reading the original Sandman
mhm.
because we have like the full trade run. Um, God, I don't know. Have we even like showed the Sandman Omnis too? Because those things are gorgeous, the leather bound
Yeah,
ones.
they are.
Anyways, yeah. So I started volume 4. I think it's a season of mists or something, and I'm a couple issues into that volume, and
Mhm.
it is so good. And the last one I read, the last like issue I read,
It's
oh,
mind
it
blowing.
ended so good.
It
Like
is.
I
I love how with the Sandman universe, there's dream, there's destiny, there's
the endless, yeah, all the
it's
endless.
as it's turning those things into characters themselves.
Yeah, there's
Like
also delirium.
delirium,
Um, you said death, right?
yeah, death,
Um,
destiny, so many good ones.
oh, like lust or
Lust,
something like that, like lust or passion, something like that.
where he ended up getting the idea to turn these things into characters themselves as a being instead of just another word. Like there's more. It's mind blowing.
Which
No.
that just reminded me. Remember, I did get the trades too of the remember the endless and
Mm-hmm.
those additional ones after
Yeah.
the 10 volumes.
If you're not reading it, you totally should be.
Well, yeah, like we said before, we were out of collecting for a decade and a half, so
Mm.
Sandman's another one of those things that we had never read. So it's my first time going through it as well.
I love Neil Gaiman's writing. It is. He's my. He was even on an episode of Big Bang. Although I was kind of disappointed in that episode because
Mm-hmm.
he makes a comment in the comic book store, and you think Sheldon or Leonard or Raj or Howard would notice it's Neil Gaiman
Mm-hmm.
that says it, and instead Sheldon's just like, like they didn't give him, they should have given him more credit, like more awe, like
Well, it's funny because he talked about him like kind of in third person because Neil Gaiman's like he's all Neil Gaiman
yeah.
wrote a book about Marvel being about
See,
characters from Marvel
that's
being transferred to Elizabethan times,
exactly
which I want to read that.
that's like exactly what they did in another episode where they had the guy from Back to the Future as the roommate that
Oh, Christopher Lloyd.
yeah, they had him, but they had it as if he wasn't Back to the Future, where in one of the other episodes he is. They're talking about Back to the Future and the timeline if this happened and going over all of that, but it's like the continuity there. Like you should have.
Well, because he's not playing
I know
himself. He's not playing Christopher Lloyd.
it's just a show, but
He's a guy,
still,
yeah. But I do wish that they kind of would have handled the Neil
because they
Gaiman
did
guest
like
star better because they did good on the Stan Lee one.
yeah,
Like the Stan
they did.
Lee.
Yeah, see, Stanley is Stanley, and even Will Wheaton, and like some of the other characters get recognized for their real life accomplishments,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like why not? Why isn't everybody included in that? Anyhow, and Grant,
Right.
on to the next.
This one, I don't know if I had shown this one because we picked up like a little while ago, but I love this cover. But yeah, it's an older Doctor Strange #2 Bruner cover. I love that one.
Um,
There's a okay, so we got a couple Brave and the Bolds. The second one I'm going to show is one that I recently got for both of us, but I got it for her Catwoman display.
oh my god! And it
You,
is,
I'll just show that one first since I actually talked about it here. You can.
it is cosmic, universally cosmic. Some things, fate, destiny, whatever it is meant to happen. It's just that good. It is 197, April, Brave and the Bold, Batman and Catwoman. I love you, Bat. I love you, Cat. It is so just.
And I mean, I think like the Earth 2 versions of them or something like they get married on Earth 2 or something in this issue. I
Mhm.
think.
And their capes make a heart. This is actually going to go on the wall with my Catwoman books because I have some of, like, I'm not going to explain it. You'll just see it in a couple weeks or a couple months or eventually at some point it'll be
Right.
there. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
looking good.
it's beautiful. it's gonna go on the Catwoman wall because I'm waiting for three, one, two. Yeah, I know what other two are gonna go up, and then I'm waiting for the next three to come out for it to be complete.
Yeah, some the three like art germ,
Yeah.
uh, Catwoman variants.
Mm.
Speaking of which,
McD did see a preview of it though because of the AOK he sent us in completing the one that I didn't have.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So he's seen a sneak peek, but
uh,
y'all see here soon.
what I wanted a note on that real quick though. We actually got that online from Mile High.
Ooh.
The incredible, you can't even call it a shop. It's like a warehouse, or
It's a
it's like
Nerdum
a,
Kingdom.
yeah,
It is a Nerdum Kingdom.
in Denver, Colorado. And I saw something online that they actually got burgled, broken into.
Burglarized?
Yeah, they got
can't
robbed,
I can't
and
pronounce words.
what was it, like 42 or 46 grand in value of books, and like
It's
a
such. There was
like the first
video
Justice
of the
League
thieves that I'm hoping was not blurred or that they were recognizable. And
somehow.
the
Yeah.
books that are taken, no matter where they sell them, it's gonna show up somewhere. It has to be traced. Like, what? I don't know.
especially
I don't get thieves. Like, it's just why.
especially of it being like Mile High, because like it's, they're so respected,
Mm,
as,
yeah, it's a real shame.
yeah.
But that last book, The Dreaming, came out this
Well,
past week.
I should show this
Oh
other
yeah,
Brave and the
my
Bold
bad.
real quick. This is the 142 Brave and the Bold, Batman and Aquaman. Yeah, there we go. That one was in like I think, oh yeah, it was the dollar bin, buy one get one free,
Yeah,
when
that's
we found that one.
that's what it was. Yeah.
What were you? Oh
Speaking of
yeah,
tags, there was the Create Your Own Fantastic Four. That was a fun tag. I enjoyed that one.
yeah. There was an awesome, yeah, that tag that was making the rounds yesterday.
Yeah. Well, last night I didn't do it till this morning because I passed out. I needed sleep,
Well, yeah,
but it was a really awesome tag. I loved it. No, what I was saying though is this is this past week's books that came out, and it's Blackhat #1. I enjoyed it. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. It I didn't know what to going into it. I didn't know what to expect, but after reading it, I was not disappointed, and I'm glad I picked it up. It it was definitely worth the read. I think it could go really good.
yeah,
I think it could be. It's potentially really good.
yeah. Because it is her first like
Mm.
solo ongoing, and
I will be getting the second issue.
I I did finally read it as well too, and I'm right along with you. I mean, I'd give it like an 8 or an 8.5 or something too. So
Yeah, we haven't sold anything yet, and oh, that is actually. Thank you for bringing that up. The one thing is, with us getting back to our regular, like our normal format, we're not really going to be doing any more auctions on our show. We'll be selling some books on Instagram or joining other auctions, but we kind of want to keep. If we do auctions again, it's going to be on a different day, and Saturday is going to be designated for our Married with Issues show, where you know what to expect and not just some random.
yeah, because was it last Saturday?
Yeah,
It was like a Married with Issues like auction, and like,
the last two
yeah.
episodes were auctions, and then the one before that we couldn't make it,
Mm.
and then the one before that was just yeah.
All
It's
that.
time goes by way too fast, and like we said earlier, we realized it'd been like 6 weeks. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm so excited to be back to what what it is we started out as, and
oh, hey Andy, what's going on, buddy?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for watching and hanging out.
Mhm.
Yeah, Carlito says nobody tagged me. Well, tag you're it. So come up with your own Fantastic Four, and like I never saw
I'm gonna make it official right now.
like any kind of like things. I mean, Marvel, DC, indie, heroes, villains, whatever. Like I even had Doctor Doom in mind. Like so. All right, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you already saw this, and I know I said it with that symbiote Spider-Man one, but this one is, oh god, this is another one of my favorite covers ever. Like,
You've been tagged. I made it official. It's Instagram official.
So it's the Lucio Perillo Grim Knight 1 variant, and it was a Scorpion Comics exclusive. It also says Gotham Central exclusive.
It's really bright.
I know, sorry, I'm like,
You're good.
and it says limited to 2,000 copies, and it even has this thing back here with it numbered.
Hmm.
This thing is just, uh,
Gorgeous.
yeah, like I've been saying a lot lately, but Lucio Perillo is easily probably my favorite cover artist right now, and I think he's Italian, French or Italian. I want to say Italian. I think I could be wrong, but I was actually watching like videos on YouTube and stuff of
Hmm.
him painting and all that. Because I mean, obviously it's like that Alex Ross and stuff like you know where they paint it and then it's
You should see the alert. I did it. I had to. I can't. But yeah,
mhm.
that's just how it goes. And so this one, I love this cover. It is beautiful. All of the covers that I just forgot his name. John Royal.
John Royal.
John Royal's covers on these Betty pages are to die for. I am in love with them. They are so gorgeous. Gorgeous. I can't even talk. Anyways, it is Betty Page Unbound.
Number one, right?
And look at how beautiful that art is. Like, it is just top notch.
Yeah, his covers, like you said, have
The
been
dimensions, the
awesome.
proportions, the colors, the tones. It has been phenomenal. I am like, it is so beautiful.
Like the ones you have on the wall too. It seems like he's doing like all I don't want to say like not like Disney character themed, but like what was the word I used? Because it was kind of like a Red Riding
Parody,
Hood, not like a parody, but like not like not
homage.
like mythic or mystical, but it was like Red Riding Hood. What was some of the other ones? The ones you
Um,
have on the wall in there.
yeah, I have Red Riding Hood. I have Snow
I can't
White.
remember that.
I have the genie one.
I know I can't think of the word that I used though. You know, it's like
Yeah, it's not coming to me either. I don't know.
I know.
I thought it was like homage or parody or
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
The word escaped us.
yeah. Andy asked what time is it there?
Mm.
It's 9:55 here in. Oh yeah. I forgot he's in England. Maybe that's who
Oh
I was
yeah.
thinking of. Remember when there was someone else from Europe, but I can't remember.
I bet you
Maybe that's who I
anything
was
it
thinking of.
is. Yeah. We
But 9:55. It is 2:55 here.
2:55. Almost three. We're already been on for an hour. It doesn't even feel like an hour.
Yeah, it flies by. I know, and we're finally getting into like
The most
newsy
recent.
stuff.
Oh my god! This, these, these next two books, I cannot believe it took me so long to read them. I am so intrigued, so thrilled, overexcited to get more. Like, mind blowing.
I need to read it. Read them.
Yeah, they're so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, show them.
All right. So, the first one I'm going to do is I actually got it from McD, and I was so excited I read it last night, and it is incredible. The Magic Order. If you are not reading this, I like highly recommend that you do. It is just so intriguing, real page turner. It oh,
I was trying to get it read before the show, but I got stuck in the Jeff Johns Green Lantern on me. So,
yeah, that you did.
but I need to read it
It
really
left
soon.
me wanting more. Like just it just
We've been wondering and we've been meaning to look it up, but we haven't yet. But maybe
yeah.
you guys know. Is this still ongoing? Like, is this still going on? I think I've been
Yes,
seeing it.
that's yeah, because I'm not entirely sure. Like I had heard when it first came out, and of course it is Image. It's another Image book. I love all Image, but I'm not sure if it would be in. I would want to find it in trades
Yeah.
because it's that type of story that I'm gonna read through
Oh,
it
and the
so
artist
quick.
is Olivier Coipel too.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you would
The
need that
art,
in trade. Holy
yeah,
cow!
the art on it is impeccable. Oh my god, it is beautiful, and it's just it blew me away. by the end, I'm like, how did I not already read? Thank you so much, McD, for sending me this book. It's
Yeah, I need to
one of
read it.
yeah, it's like top 5 books for me. Yeah, so good. It's
Uh,
underrated. Well, I just think that much of it. Because to each their own, but oh my god, it was so good.
oh, Andy asks if we're looking forward to Absolute Carnage. I can't wait. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I definitely am for sure. I love like what Johnny Cates is doing on Venom and all that.
Mm-hmm. Did you have
Uh,
any other books?
no,
Oh,
that's it.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll go and show the other one. That so last week when we went to the comic book store, we noticed this series came out in the first trade, and we've been hearing really good things about it. It was actually D Comic Queen
Mm-hmm.
that I first seen posting it, and she was giving it good reviews, and you know, it really made me curious. And I finally picked it up. Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, Carlito says it was only a 6 issue series, but very good. Caleb asked, "What issues do you need on Magic Order, Fuchsia?"
2 through 6, if there's 1 through 6.
Yeah, if there's six, yeah, it would be 2 through 6. I mean, like she was saying, we might get it in trade.
Yeah, I'd want to find it in trade.
So yeah, this is the only one she's read is issue 1.
Issue one. This would be one that I would double dip on though, just because
Was
it's
it?
just
Oh, and it was Image, yeah.
yeah, it was Image. It it blew me away.
Oh, Carlito said, not sure if there's a trade yet. It
Yeah.
if
Well,
it like recently ended, yeah, it wouldn't.
that's true because
There
it
wouldn't be a
didn't.
trade, yeah.
Yeah. I know it was. I know when it first came out, it wasn't that too long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
I
was
remember
still
seeing
kind of
it not that
recent.
long ago.
Apparently, I'm very good at being very oblivious to something, so it's happens. But yeah, this if so, it was a mini 1 through 6. I'm gonna probably look for 2 through 6 until the trade comes out, and then even buy the trade when it comes out because it's just that good.
Yeah, but yeah, Caleb really loves Die. Look, yes, finally Die fan number 1. Oh my god, Die
Yes.
is the greatest thing since individually wrapped cheese slices. Hell
Oh
yeah,
my god.
individually wrapped cheese slices.
Oh,
You know what else you and
it's
Caleb
so good.
also have in common? Because I saw it on one of his videos. He's also a huge Monstrous fan too, like
Oh
you
my
are.
god, Monstrous is so good. I
Uh,
love it. I like he got me the Monstrous short box. It's beautiful. It's a little shorter than the average short box, but I have it in its own little section with
yeah,
my slab.
yeah, we do have. Yeah, Caleb, we do have the Die trade in our hold at the LCS. We're getting
Yeah.
it. We're picking it up this next week.
Apologies, I just noticed my chat wasn't updating again.
It wasn't. Well,
No.
look, you're on top. You're on top chat. You need to
No, I
switch
was
it to
on the
live.
phone chat.
No, it said top.
Okay. He knows best.
I look.
Die is so good. It is, without spoilers, I would say, well, for one, the die is as in
The
a,
singular of dice.
the singular of dice, yes. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it without spoilers.
Perry says it's like Jumanji meets Dungeons of Dragons. Wasn't that actually the
Yes.
same thing Harley at our LCS said?
Yes, which is what I was thinking as I was reading it was it sounds like that. Like,
I think he said that
it,
exact same thing.
yeah.
I know he said Jumanji, and I think
Mm-hmm.
he said with Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
I think.
where it had similar aspects, but was distinctively different and reinvented, and it is to die for.
So both of
So good.
those, that Magic Order and that, I haven't read yet, and I was trying to get
You,
them read.
yeah,
So I'm gonna read them today. I'm willing to bet I'll get them read today.
huge fan. It is, yeah. I loved the reference to Dungeons and Dragons because I back before I even knew him, I would play Dungeons and Dragons all the time. It was fun. It was awesome being a fairy. And then I also have like my die, the necklace. I swapped it out for this one, but it's around here somewhere.
All right,
It's
Caleb,
just
thank you
oh,
so much for hanging out, buddy.
thank you for joining chat. It's been nice having you here. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, have a good night. Have a good weekend. We love you too, bro. We'll see you soon.
That would be a good way to describe it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm
That's the
so
same
good
thing
at
that Harley
being
said
like
too.
blunt up front and not realizing that like when I'm explaining some things, I give away spoilers because I
And
don't realize. So
yeah, and it looks like it's a Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans. Oh yeah, Stephanie Hans art. Yeah.
It's beautiful art. Yet it's funny because it's like for how bad I am at explaining or kind of giving a review without spoilers, he's read some of what I've been writing and it's like blown him away. Like how did you put it?
It's I don't know. It's crazy that you when you write that you put stuff so well like that, but when you talk like
You wouldn't think it
yeah,
came from
you
the
wouldn't
same
think
person.
yeah no.
I don't know that how it works either, but it's a work in progress.
All right, so for the next segment, should we do some of the stuff that we're looking forward to next week or some of the news?
Some of the news because the one thing
Yeah, because
that I have
it's good to end with what you're looking forward to next week.
well
That's
going
true.
well
No, it is because it's like one of the last things, like looking
yeah.
into next week. Yeah.
Oh, I
What?
just realized looking at my notes, I read Batman 1000 and
Detective 1000.
yeah, Detective 1000 and I my favorite stories in that one was Longest Case and Return to Crime Alley. So good. So good. And then I also read Guardians of the Galaxy Annual, The Advert Horizon. So good. If you get the book, definitely read that story in there. Is the Guardians of the Galaxy had 4 stories. The Detective 1000 had 10 and I got through like 4 of them, 5 of them.
10 stories in that?
In Detective 1000?
In Detective 1000?
Yeah,
There was
isn't it?
that many?
Is it?
I mean, I know there was a bunch. I don't know. I can't remember. I didn't count, but
I could have sworn you said 10.
that I did?
Yeah.
No, I
I
didn't
see.
count. I don't know, but I mean, there was like I don't
And,
know. There was a few. I don't think 10. Maybe not
and
that
here I
many,
was
but
so proud of myself for listening to you, and now I'm not sure if you even said it.
I didn't say that. I didn't count. I didn't even read all the stories. I read like most of them. I think there was only like one or two that I didn't.
I know I only got like halfway through it. Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, those were the only other twos that I had on my Married with Issue notes for
Mm.
what I prepared. But no, so going back to this book that just came out this past week, rumors have surfaced that DC may cut their imprint Vertigo.
Yeah.
Vertigo. And that makes me a little terrified because I've loved all the Sandman universe books. The Dreaming is my top favorite. Books of Magic,
House of Whispers.
House of Whispers. No, yeah, House of Whispers and Lucifer. But I like Lucifer more than House of Whispers, so it's Dreaming, Books of Magic, Lucifer, House of Whispers. It's just I'm worried that, but you can never really believe a rumor. Well,
Yeah.
it's hard, and
So far, that's what
the
it seems
facts.
like. Is that it is just a rumor at this point. But I also kind of I it seems
where was it heard?
really I there are a few different places I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
But it seems like it could really be.
Right? See?
It seems like
Oh,
oh yeah, American Carnage. I'm reading American Carnage
no.
and I'm loving that series.
So it's funny you say Hex Wives because I actually have the first 3 issues on top of my to read pile that I was just about to get to until I realized it was time to do the show, and I still really want to read them because I started the first issue last night, but I got way too tired to finish it, and it just so yeah. I
Hey Carlito, thank you so much for hanging out. It was good seeing you, bro.
Thanks, Carlito.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good rest of your weekend. But yeah, it's concerning because there's so many good ones. And American Carnage, I do still need to read. I have one up until the most recent, and that's also in my here soon to read issues. But yeah, it makes me worried because there's so much going under Vertigo that I love. It's like the closest I get to DC besides Green Arrow and
Hell,
Catwoman.
I can see making an American Carnage like maybe like streaming service series, but
Ooh, yeah, Hex. What I
what I was gonna say is I can see this rumor being legitimate though because like DC has been doing like a lot of
I would hope that
internal like
maybe
shakeups and stuff.
Vertigo would be able to either rename or go separate on their own as their own publishing.
Well, remember this one of the things that I read did say that it is possible that some of the titles could be moved to like the Black Label or something like that, right? So
Is it possible for Vertigo to just become one within their own, like
their own thing. I mean,
their own
I don't
publisher?
know. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know if they were like when they were first. founded. I can't remember if they were always under
Well,
DC
it
or
also
not, but
goes into like legal ties and everything. Because I mean, that would be the way to do it. You can't just cancel that with so many good titles under it.
yeah.
There's just so many good titles.
I mean, bottom line, it comes down to how well those titles are selling, obviously.
True.
But I could see them moving some of them. Like I could see them moving stuff to like Black Label or something.
Mhm. So it is very concerning, but I hope that it just stays a rumor, and I will be devastated if they cancel those. I just it'll be like when they cancel Firefly.
All right, I had quite a few like news topics. But since we're already over an hour,
No,
so,
sorry, I
some of them I
ramble.
might no, it's not that. So some of them I might like skip over, or we just go really fast or something. But obviously, this this news was it's been a little while since this news has came out, but we haven't talked about it. Pattinson as
Oh,
Batman. I mean, my first reaction was probably like most people's, like,
yeah, I totally forgot we were gonna bring that up. Honestly,
but
I
I can somehow seen it work though.
I think it will work because for one, everybody didn't think Heath Ledger would do good as the Joker. A lot of people
I'm
didn't
not
think.
saying that it will,
Well, I'm not
but it
saying no, no,
could.
no. Let me finish. I'm not saying
I
that it
know.
will, but then there's also Ben Affleck become Batfleck. And a lot of people still don't like Batfleck, but honestly, he impressed me. I was taken off guard. I thought he did really good, and he captivated. Like I was impressed. I was like, oh wow, Ben Affleck can actually act.
I love the warehouse
Like
fight scene.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was impressed. I loved his performance. And as for um,
Pattinson.
Pattinson, I I've heard of him in other movies. I highly doubt I'll get the chance to see him, but you can't. Oh God, what's that saying?
You can't judge it off just that one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't judge
Not.
like it's about apples, and one bad apple doesn't ruin the bunch, or something like that. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's not quite there. Um, I think that Pattinson he does have the chin for it.
Yeah,
He does have the chin for it. I'm kind of nervous about Pattinson being
there was some
Batman, but at the
movie.
same time, I think he might be able to pull it off. So I'm going in with an open mind of just okay, let's see what you can do.
There was some movie when he played like a billionaire, and people are saying like,
Mm,
look at that because that could be
yeah.
close to it.
Plus, when he was in Twilight, that was like one of his first movies. How many other actors have had some of their first movies be in these flop,
Hmm. Well, in Twilight was
unknown,
like 10 years ago
underrated
too, though.
books? Yeah.
Like
I know. I can't believe it's that long ago.
yeah, Garrel said he would need to put on 25 to 30 pounds of muscle. Yes, he will definitely have to
Yes,
do a
he
lot of
will.
body work for
Yeah,
sure.
he will have to bulk up by far.
Uh,
But he does have the chin for it. And
Perry says, I feel bad because he said he hates that no matter what he does, he will be the Twilight guy.
see, and
And
that's
he's
another
actually a really
thing.
good actor, and I think he will hold his own, and this will be
I
the
agree with
Batman for
you.
a whole new generation.
I
I do
agree with
too,
you.
yeah.
I agree with you 100% because at first I was like, no, and then I started to think about it, and it's like I can't judge yet. I haven't how it like you can't say you don't like something to eat if you've never even tried it before, right?
Yeah, but
And
this is also nerd culture.
this is true.
People
I think
unfortunately
yeah.
say that stuff sucks when they've never seen it or anything
But
a
the
lot.
thing with Pattinson is his age, because there's a few others that we had fan casted ourselves,
I'm
and
not sure how old he is, but he's around the age limit, like around the age
for
range that I wanted. Cause like I wanted
yeah,
like a younger Batman.
yeah, because the last few Batmans have been a little older. That's one thing I'm excited for is it's a little younger version of him
Yeah,
than it's been in a while.
I one of my fan casts, like I really want to see John Hamm as Batman, but it would have to be another Dark Knight
Mm-hmm.
Returns, like older one, But I just want to see a John Hamm as Batman movie would be
Wait,
dope.
the guy from Home Alone, that kid will be his what's his name?
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay
So
Culkin.
so
He's a good actor. I like Macaulay Culkin.
so I hadn't heard that one yet.
I hadn't heard that one either, but I bet you anything he would do a really good. Seeing him in Party Monster,
Yeah,
he would do a good Joker.
if he channels his party monster, I holy cow.
That is epic.
I hadn't seen that rumor yet, but that
Is that rumored or is that
he's
fact?
yeah, Perry said
Like
well yeah rumor.
rumor. Okay. Well,
Um,
now that's one I kind of hope happens because I think he would do good. I think he would definitely fit fill
uh,
the shoes up to the plate.
Jacko says, how are they going to explain the obvious age difference? You mean between like Batman and Joker? Because what would be the difference? Because like Macaulay Culkin and how I don't even know how old Macaulay Culkin even is.
Macaulay Culkin has one of those, like you can tell he's aged, but he's like to me he still kind of seemed like
He has like those young faces, where they always look young.
well you can tell he's aged, but he has just one of those and the child like
Well, he's one of those
characteristics to
people.
where
He's a child actor, so every time you look at him, you see
yeah
Kevin McAllister,
I do. Well,
right?
I every time I think of him, I think of him in Party Monster. But
Exactly, yeah, that too.
I think he could well makeup. See their effects like they did with Captain America, making him look so
Oh,
skinny, and there's
yeah,
movie effects, so there's a way.
yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, Jack Hill age difference between Batfleck and Pattinson.
Oh,
My
my bad.
my assumption is since that they're going like younger like this is that it would be a reboot. I mean, like have they? I don't know if they've even really if Reeves
My
has
chat
confirmed
still.
that it's like a reboot or I mean, because it's weird, like the DCEU, the whole thing is just kind of been like in such limbo, because it seemed like that they were almost like scrapping it, but then uh,
Oh, that was only
Aquaman
like
and Shazam and stuff was successful, and but
yeah.
what?
I just noticed that rumor came out like an hour or two ago. That's fresh.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right out of the oven.
right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
hot take by Perry.
by far, huh, my like it's still on live chat, but it's not like going up. So I'm a little behind on
Yeah,
yeah
I'm trying to think where we could put it where you can see it too.
yeah whatever's going on with my phone. It's being weird. It's acting up.
Um, I one thing I want to mention real quick too is Pattinson. Like the last note on him is he's actually a really good musician too.
Yes,
Like I
that too.
haven't listened to anything for a long time, but I remember I was listening to like Pandora Radio once,
Honestly, oh, you can finish and then I'll
and this
say.
song kept coming on, and I finally looked to see what it was, and it said Robert Pattinson. I'm like, no, not that one, and it is.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say to Garrel's comment, I feel bad for him, but he knew what he was going to happen when he agreed to put glitter on his face. If you pay somebody the right amount of money, they'll do just about anything.
Right.
So it depends on how desperate they are and what it is.
When he was younger,
Yeah.
10 years.
So
Yeah, who was it?
it's but maybe he'll
Yeah,
outgrow
Andy
that.
said he's 31 or 32. So at the time, he would have been like, as at the time, he's getting cast for that. He's probably 19 or 20.
Oh
So
yeah, he was young, and we all make dumb mistakes when we're young,
oh yeah.
by far.
All right,
So
so some more. Obviously, Swamp Thing canceled. This is really weird because didn't it just drop like 6 days ago or something? And
it did, but there was a post you showed me where they
it's like North
put in
Carolina, like
no, they put in money that they were expected to get back, and then due to a clerical
clerical error.
clerical error, they're out. What was it? It was thousands of dollars. It was
No, it was millions.
millions.
It
Yeah,
was like
millions.
yeah, I can't remember, but it was millions and
Yeah,
millions. Yeah,
that they got. I almost want to say conned out of. Like how is that?
maybe.
Like how does that slip up? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a
Perry,
lost.
come glitter me out. uh, I did see an article headline said that North Carolina or whatever city
Yeah.
it was denies that. I didn't click on it and read it though, so I
Oh.
don't know, but
Okay,
it looks
so
like that
I
they're
spoke too soon because I don't know if
denying
that's
it.
fact or not, but that's what I had heard. So
Well,
it's
that's
just
the
part of the
thing.
rumor.
When we talk
Grapevine
when
from
we talk about news, I always say it's stuff we read
yeah.
out there. Like obviously we're not
You can't
insiders or
always
anything.
believe everything, but then sometimes the things you think would not be real are. You'd be surprised.
See, and I was really looking forward to Swamp Thing, and like I had been wanting to get the DC Universe app for Titans and that,
Mm-hmm.
and Doom Patrol and stuff. And speaking of shows, and this one I could see this happening. I really hope it does, and it could end up on like Disney Plus or something. But there's a rumor that the X-Men animated series, the original creators, are planning to. I don't know if it was go to like D23 or whatever, like the Disney event that they do every year.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to try and get the series to return and continue where they left off, is what it was saying. Some of the stuff that I was reading, and that would be that would be so dope. Uh,
Yeah, see, half of
X Men
what they
animated series.
expected. That's the same thing I had heard. I'm a really bad messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, 40 million. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
wanted to say. I
that's
think
what
it
it
was like
was.
40. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if I was them, I'd probably file a lawsuit or something. Like how because for that amount of money and them expecting to get it back, there would have to be some kind of disclosure, law binding contract loophole agreement. But then
Well,
also
if they
with
breach the
how,
contract, then they're DC or
but see, then also they could get away with it because of a loophole.
well, yeah,
So
whatever it
you
is.
never know. It's logistics
I
and
mean,
into
I have
it,
a
but
feeling this can get pretty messy.
I agree.
I mean, I like
I totally agree.
yeah. I mean, this is probably not the last we're gonna hear about it, and
I was
stuff like
so
this normally
excited
gets
for Swamp
trying to.
Thing. It
I
looked
am
so
too.
good.
I was, yeah. Uh, but I mean, I did see something. Season one is still supposed to uh, like still be
Air.
coming out,
Yeah.
but it's just not gonna get a season two.
I think what's already been filmed will air, but it just
Well,
will
because
end
like
then.
the DC Universe app, I don't think everything comes out at once like Netflix.
Probably not.
I think it's like every Friday or something.
Have we talked about Good Omens?
No, but that's a good. I didn't even write that down. That's good. Yeah,
Good Omens. For how much we're talking about Neil
Neil
Gaiman,
Gaiman. Yeah.
watch. If you have Amazon Prime, you should totally watch. I need to move my chair, but you should totally watch Good Omens. David Tennant is so good as Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
Um, God, what's the other dude's name?
Michael Sheen
Michael
as
Sheen.
Aziraphale.
Is there? It's so good.
It was
It's
so
like
good.
it's
Yeah.
6 episodes
Mm-hmm.
that are a little under an hour, give or so, each one. But it's brilliant. That like all 6 episodes are out now, and the pace of it's just the pace and everything is so good, and the ending. Love the
Yeah,
ending.
because Neil Gaiman wrote the obviously the book, him and Terry
Mm.
Pratchett and all that.
There's also a nod in there where one of the guards is reading American Gods,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Uh, and it's awesome like how Neil Gaiman got this done too, because like how it was like one of Terry Pratchett's like final wishes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's so awesome that Neil got this made. And he so obviously he wrote the book with Terry Pratchett, but then he wrote the this adaptation,
Mm-hmm.
and he also was like the executive producer and showrunner. He didn't like direct it, but obviously, but um,
How did I put it earlier? He's like the Beethoven or Mozart
no,
of.
I was saying this
He's
after watching Stardust. He's seriously
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Shakespeare of our time.
That's
Like,
another one I got him caught up on too. Because like when we first met, he wasn't into Doctor Who. Like yeah, he was into some superhero stuff and other things, but he wasn't into Doctor Who and a few others. But a couple maybe a month ago, I finally got him to watch Stardust after begging him to watch it. And if you haven't seen that movie either, you totally should. You see a young version of the actor that plays the Netflix version of Daredevil, and
and
it's
Jigsaw,
good. And Jigsaw,
he
yeah,
was in it too.
yeah, Jigsaw.
Hey Rod,
Actually,
what's going on,
hey
bro?
Rod, hello.
What's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out.
Just noticed the time. We're about ready to wrap up.
Yeah, we're just going over a little bit more news.
Mm.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna get into next is the news that I'm always like kind of like looking for, that I want to hear on, and I'm sure it's probably that way for a lot of people because of the MCU, right? So Phase Four
Oh,
leaks.
you're good. It's no worries at all. We've been super busy as well. I'm gonna catch those all later. I
Right.
have so many to watch
I just
later
want to
things.
mention this real quick. Andy did say budget went up massively, rewrites as well. There's 10 episodes I hear for Swamp Thing been done. That's what I've heard too, and I heard that they also like cut like one or two off too. It was actually supposed to, the season was supposed to be a little bit longer from what I heard. But okay, so phase 4 leaks, possible leaks. Obviously, it's just rumor, but there's this Twitter user Roger Wardell who like accurately predicted so many key moments
He
from
was the one
Endgame.
that I said he's like the Nostradamus of the modern age because apparently everything that he has speculated, not stating was a fact, but what he thinks is going to happen has happened.
Yeah, like
He's
so
got
many.
connections somewhere
Yeah,
with a loophole in a non-disclosure agreement, or he's just psychic,
I mean, I'm willing to
something
bet that
very intuitive, or
the Roger Wardell isn't even his real name or whatever.
that's a
Hey
good
Matt,
point.
what's going on, buddy? Thank you so much for
Hey
hanging out.
Matt, I noticed you posted the video. Shout out. I think it was McDee's. I noticed it in my alerts. I'm gonna have to watch that
Oh
after
yeah,
this.
yeah, we need to watch that.
Yeah. So I'll be watching that here soon.
Okay,
Good to see
I
ya.
mean, so this guy, like, yeah, he predicted like, and it was way before Endgame came out.
Mhm.
Like so many moments too, and if you haven't seen Endgame, spoilers, you know. But like, you know, like the Fat Thor and God, what moments was there? There was so many. Even Robert Redford returning, and he even said specifically scenes with like Robert Downey and Loki and Ant Man. Like that's so specific.
Mhm.
When none of that was in the trailer. Like Redford was,
Yeah.
no, you know, like it's just crazy. So these are some of the stuff that he'd been talking about recently. Uh, where the hell am
Hey,
I at?
Stay Puff. Good to see you.
Hey, Stay Puff, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I hope you're having a good weekend. Okay, let's see where I'm at. Okay, Marvel is considering solo movies, possible trilogies for Black Knight and Thunderbolts, as well as Disney Plus shows for Power Pack and Miss Marvel. Uh, for Thunderbolts, it looks like the rumors Zemo, Ghost, Justin Hammer, General Ross, and the Abomination, the leader, possible villain. It could also be a planned trilogy. Then there was, let's see, for the Black Knight, potential new Avenger and capable of holding his own solo film, possibly a trilogy for that one.
So if all of his other predictions have been true, there's a good chance
Yeah, he's got
what's
an
to
awesome
come.
track record so far.
Maybe the FBI will catch on to it and they'll tell Marvel to, hey, switch it up. Somebody's spilling the beans.
Oh yeah, I mean
I'm
it's
totally being sarcastic because it's like, sometimes you
well
see ads and it's like
that or Marvel Studios has a leak. So
something.
which is crazy because they are like so like on that, you know, like
Mm,
they have some everything like so compartmentalized. Like it's crazy. So the
or
Power Pack Miss
coincidence?
Marvel films or possibly multiple season long shows on Disney Plus, and I think that was all that came from him because there is another rumor making the rounds. I don't know if this one's from this guy that has the excellent track record or
Mm,
not. I don't know where this one was from, but possibly that the Fantastic Four MCU debut could be in 2022 with Ant-Man director Peyton Reed and a possible period setting, like it taking place like in the 60s or something like that.
that could be.
Which, oops, sorry, which could be pretty cool. I mean, like Fantastic Four was,
Mm,
created in the 60s and stuff. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Like, how is it possible for those things to like line up? Like, I don't
It's
know how to
crazy.
explain it. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, like it's crazy
it
because like how specific those were too.
exactly.
Like the article where I pulled this from, they had pictures of those
Mm-hmm.
tweets, and you could see the date
Mm-hmm.
was like months before Endgame, and and like I literally almost I didn't write it like word for word, but like it's just crazy like how specific they were,
Nostradamus of modern time
right?
has to be.
And then looking ahead to some of the like solicitations, I'm looking forward to this. So there's going to be a new Batman Superman series spinning out of the pages of Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, and a new Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Well, that's next week.
Oh,
We're getting to next week's. This is stuff that's a little bit farther out.
oh,
Uh,
my bad.
August
I
14th.
jumped the gun.
And there's actually they're doing another connecting variants where two covers connect. Um, let's
I
see.
agree with you 100%. I definitely agree. Like this guy could be, because I had the thought earlier, but I didn't say it, was with how accurate he is and how you said it might not even be his real name. Hell, he might be getting paid to. He might have been hired for it, like picked
Well,
out strategically or something. It's just
the thing is,
it's a little too like.
to Matt's point, they definitely do that. They definitely
Oh
do
yeah,
that for sure. But not this guy because like fake leaks and stuff, they wouldn't have that much and
true,
that specific and that much
true.
of the movie. When it's those ones that feel like a fake leak, it's stuff that's
Yeah,
normally not so much of it. Like
coincidence
or
or
also where it kind of they use it as a like misdirection too to
yeah,
make you think they're going
that
this
too.
way when they go
Well,
that way.
well, a really good example would be how they said that the Avengers and in Infinity War, the name wasn't mentioned, but then it's Doctor Strange says we're in the end game now.
Yeah, because how
See,
yeah the
so
Russo
it's
brothers were
like
always saying like the title of Avengers 4 won't be it wasn't said in Infinity War, and then it comes out when it was announced that it's called Endgame. You're like, uh,
they're very strategic about their hyping and media information
yeah.
and the grapevine of
But
uh,
yeah, that's for sure. I mean, and Marvel's not the only one that's guilty of that. I mean, a lot of people do those, like controlled like fake leaks and stuff
mm-hmm,
like that. Because it does it builds hype. I mean,
mm-hmm.
it drives markets
Exactly.
too.
I wonder if they would do like, because like how you said he lets out stuff that is really happening. Let's see, lets out the stuff that's really happening on Marvel request. Yeah, see, it's just it's too big of a coincidence how on point it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because like I
It's
said, it's so specific and like a
mm,
100% right on the money.
yeah.
Like
What are the chances of that? One in gazillion.
because he even predicted the Cap scene Hail Hydra. He even
That was
predicted
another
the
one. Yeah.
elevator scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just crazy like how specific it is.
Yeah.
Uh, I've never seen like a rumor
Makes
reporter so on
makes
like
makes you wonder how many people actually profit from the different platforms and what trendy things come out and
well before the easy access of the internet and everything where everybody can be a journalist now and everything
yeah,
you used to be able to like sell information like this to uh uh like
newsletters,
tabloids and stuff yeah
tabloids, yeah.
yeah but now everybody that has a keyboard
Mm.
can be a journalist whatever now so
Social media is a huge impact on like huge platform. So many people.
yeah
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's
One thing I want to mention before we get into what we're looking forward to next week, it
yeah, it's crazy. It's a little too I can't say that word.
coincidental or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
that's the word. I was trying really hard and then I couldn't.
yeah, because
It's
that's what I'm saying. I mean, there was so many moments. That's what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying. Like it was a big portion of it. I think he even predicted the Cap and Mjolnir. I think that was even one of them. I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say like maybe you can even predict that even without having insider knowledge, but because I always thought we would get that eventually,
Mm-hmm.
because like they kind of teased it in Age of Ultron, so
Yeah,
and obviously it happened in the comics, so I always thought we would get to that point eventually, but
we shall see.
yeah. Okay, but
Either
I'm gonna
way, I
mention
love it
this real
because
quick. So
we're
in
just
the
guessing.
previews, DC's gonna start doing these cardstock variant covers for their variants for $1 more than what cover price is, but I think it's starting. I saw it in the August solicitations, but I think it was in the July, so it might start in the July ones too. But I'm not sure. But I'm kind of curious to see what they're like. So I'm guessing just like the thicker, uh, yeah, cardstock ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if that means if it's like the ones that have been like the like Heroes in Crisis was done in it. Because like some of DC's books, the covers are like a little bit thicker. I have a feeling that they'll probably be bigger than that.
Yeah, see, and he predicted quite a bit too. There
Well,
was,
I didn't say these are my predictions. I said this is what I want to see,
yeah,
and like three or four big things. Yeah,
mhm.
we're there. Yeah,
It's the way that they do it is just a masterpiece.
yeah, yeah. You even said yeah,
It's
yeah. Going back with Peggy. Yeah,
it's legendary. It's going down in
yeah.
history. Like when
Because I said I wanted to see him go back in time and live out his
mm,
life with her and get his dance. Uh, yeah, there was quite a few things, and obviously the one that nobody saw coming was Widow. You know, Black Widow, and
well,
like wow,
once it was her and Hawkeye going to Valmir, if I said that right.
Boromir.
Vormir, yeah, since I can't pronounce stuff. Once I knew that two of them were going there, one of them wasn't going to come back. Oh, video that you should
Yeah,
find
I was gonna say
on
that.
YouTube. It is. There's a
Search
couple of them.
search just like Marvel Avengers in the end and look for the video. I think it's posted by a channel EMM. It's one of those like fan made like videos
Mhm.
to like a song. This thing, holy cow.
It's a Marvel Avengers in the end.
And the
Let me see
channel,
if I
yeah,
can show it.
is EMM.
EMM. And just, it's like a total.
Like the in the thumbnail is Tony with the stones.
Yeah.
Tony with the stones.
It's just one of those, like, things where it's so beautifully edited. It's obviously fan made, but the impact of it is just
I don't know. It's not one of those ones that is obviously fan made. Like if I started watching it like in the middle of
oh,
it,
like
I would think that it was released by Marvel.
yeah.
Like I think it was that good.
It's just one of those fan. Oh yeah,
But
like
it is, yeah, it is like
yeah.
yeah. I know, yeah, we got to get it past Avatar. I mean,
Agreed.
I've been wanting to go see it a third time.
I have to.
Yeah,
I can't wait for Far From Home. I'm so excited.
I know.
The newest trailer where
Maybe.
she's like, "You're Spider Man" in the new
Oh
trailer.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't know if that was a spoiler or not. See, I'm really bad at
I don't know
spoilers.
how close they are to Avatar now. Like the last I saw when I looked at their numbers, they had just broken. I think they were like 100 million
I
short.
think
Like just
so.
like or they had broken under. I think they were like 90,
Mm-hmm.
90 million short, something like that.
Agreed.
All right. So some of the stuff for this next week, Unnatural number 10. That's more for you because I haven't
Yes,
read it yet.
I love the art on Unnatural. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
Merca and Alpha.
Mm.
Star Trek Q Conflict number 5.
Mm.
That's all you. Batman Outsiders number 2.
I'm so excited for Q Conflict. I was spacing out there for a second,
God.
but no, it's been so good. Usually, the Star Trek books have only been 4 issues, so I was really surprised to see that it's still going to issue 5. I can't wait for it because
Yeah.
it's so good.
Well, kids, weren't some of the past ones like 4? Were they 4 issues?
All right, we'll see you later. Have a good weekend.
Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out, Matt. Have a good time with the
You're
fam.
very welcome. I'm glad it was packaged right. We watched Reggie's video on packaging like
Yeah.
when he first did it, so I'm like, you gotta treat it right. Gotta send it right. So
Well,
thank you, Reggie, for your video, how to.
yeah,
It is very helpful.
it is. Let's see. There's also Batman Who Laughs number 6, Catwoman number 12,
Ooh,
and there's that gorgeous art term variant.
yes.
Speaking of art term, there's also this art term portfolio trade paperback, and what was it, 20? So there's
Yes.
20 of his DC covers in like a trade paperback. I don't know. From the picture, it kind of looked like it was almost like a hardcover, but uh, it's on. I think it's going to be. Wow, what was it? 12 by. I think it was like 12 by 16. I think 12-inch by 16-inch, like thick, like I guess cardstock or whatever. And I guess they will be like perforated, so you can. They're easily removed, and so you can frame them and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know.
You can cut them
It
out
looks
and keep.
pretty dope.
It does look pretty good. It does look really good. Well, I.
There's I'm just going over this real quick. Event Leviathan number 1 that's
Mhm.
starting this next week. There's an awesome Kenneth Rockefort variant. House of Whispers number 10. Red Hood 35. The Avengers No Road Home trade. That's what we're really looking forward to.
Yes, but we have to read
No Surrender
No
before that.
Surrender. So much to read. Not
So
enough time in the day.
Silver Surfer Black, number one. The Donny
Yeah.
Cates Silver Surfer mini. I've
Mm-hmm.
been waiting for this one for a while. Symbiote Spidey number 3, and then your Elvira Mistress number 6.
Yes.
And that's all she wrote.
Dun
Yeah.
dun dun.
All right, I know this one. Yeah, an hour, a little over an hour and a
Yeah.
half. So
It's okay. It was our first real show back. Because I mean, like we just having hit or miss episodes for a while. Thank you for everybody that joined chat, and thank you for everyone who is gonna catch this on the replay. We truly
yes,
appreciate it. Um, our Saturday shows, Married with Issues, will get back to what they were when we first started, of how we would have the format and everything laid out. And we are looking into getting some more guests on the show
yeah, we want to get
because
back to doing that.
before we went on that hiatus of so much happening and going on in life, um, we'll be looking into getting some other people on the show as well too. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to answer Andy's question real quick. You guys picking up Batman: The White Knight Part 2? No, I hadn't.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. Just because we didn't read like any of the first ones either, so
Yeah.
we slept on that one. I heard it was really good though. Uh, but Andy did say going to pick up Silver Surfer Black myself. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it because I think it's taking place. The Silver Surfer it's taking place after what happened to him at the beginning of Donnie's current Guardian series. So definitely looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, we will end it there. It went a good hour and a half. Thank you again, everybody in chat, and thank you, I can't even talk anymore. Everybody in the community that is, it's,
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I mean, we love you all, and it's awesome to know that there is such amazing people out there for
if it
sure.
wasn't for the community, we wouldn't keep doing our show. So thank you for the support.
All right, thank you guys. We'll see you
As
next time.
always, live long and prosper.